if anybody put it there. Is that right? I'll rephrase the question. You don't know if anybody put it there, right?
No, I don't know that.
Okay. And do you know how many other cases were out there that you didn't find?
Steve.
Nothing further.
Okay, Mr. Davis.
Oh, if I may, Your Honor.
Sure.
You know, I'll leave it for another time. Thank you.
Did you have any questions, Mr. Davis? Did you have any redirect, Mr. Davis?
Again, place a photograph in front of you. Have you seen that photograph?
Yes.
Can you tell us what that's a photograph of?
The hole in the fender of the pickup truck.
Is that a close-up of the whole front fender of the, pickup truck?
Yes.
Turn it off, and the photograph is the next.
No objection.
Sergeant Cannon, with the court's permission, you step down to exhibit 157. Sergeant, looking at that photograph, is that the way the bullet hole appeared to you when you examined it, both at Revere High School and at the State Police garage bay in Danvers?
Yes.
And looking at that photograph, can you describe for us how that photograph demonstrates the play that you described in the dowel when you attempted to do the trajectory analysis?
When we put the dowel in the laser, depending on where the hole is highway moved, would be a play going up and down to the vertical, a play going across on the horizontal.
And Mr. Krupp asked you about whether you took a picture. Was it your role to take photographs of the evidence there?
No.
And did you have an understanding while you were at the scene and that you were examining various items of ballistic evidence that there was going to be somebody documenting the scene?
Yes.
And who would that be?
Crime scene service.
Please understand. Thank you. You were asked a series of questions about the firing, the firing pin impressions on the 9mm casings that were recovered at Revere High School. Do you recall those questions?
Yes.
And I think you were asked some questions about the differences between the firing pin impressions between the casings and the test fires from the breech face and slide recovered from the storm drain.
Yes.
And you indicated, I think, that the differences between the firing pin impressions were apparent to you.
Correct.
Did you document that in your notes?
No.
And did you indicate, or did you do some drawings of those items in your notes?
Yes.
And those, and you indicated as well that those differences didn't matter to you.
Correct.
Can you explain what you meant by that? Why is it that the firing pin impressions didn't matter?
Because it's two different firing pins. The slide that was recovered didn't have a firing pin. You need a firing pin to get a test fire. We took the firing pin from the section weapon, put that firing pin into the recovered slide. So the firing pin on the test is the firing pin from the section weapon. The firing pin on the evidence would have been the firing pin that was with the recovered slide, but was not in the recovered slide. We never recovered that firing pin, so it's two different firing pins.
Does the difference in the firing pin have any, would that have any effect on the individual markings that were on the breech face caused by the finishing process you described for us?
None.
And Sergeant Canavan, you were asked some questions about whether your opinion was subjective or not.
Yes.
And I think you indicated there is a subjective element and an objective element.
Yes.
Is there, can you describe for us, let me ask you this, is there a procedure or a protocol that you go through when you are making or attempting to make an identification or match, either with regard to shell casings, well, let's stick to shell casings. Is there a protocol or procedure that you follow?
Yes, basically it's the theory of identification that we work on.
And the theory of identification that you work under, is there a name for this theory?
Yeah, the AFD, theory of identification.
And what does AFD stand for?
American Firearm and Tool Mark Examiners.
In the AFD, or the AFD protocols, is this something that's unique to the state police?
No.
Who else uses the AFD theory?
I think everyone who does firearms identification